Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I'm taking a look at the brand new Utopia Must Fall. After years spent supporting Nova Drift as a publisher, Pixel Jam is back in the developer seat, making their own crazy over-the-top bullet hell rogue, and I thought it looked so interesting. I just thought it looked like a very, very cool, polished game, and I already am super into, like, all of this. It's just a cool way to do minimal graphics. So, you're like rooted in position playing some form of like over-the-top asteroids shmup type situation. I think okay, if they touch the ground at all, is that bad? I think that's just for effect. The concern is don't let them hit my like core base here. The Utopia, Greater London. I wasn't sure. So maybe it is utopian, but yeah, that is not Utopia. So, obsessive annihilation, chef's kiss discipline. I wish I knew what those meant. There we go. Obsessive, completely destroy an asteroid and all resulting chunks without nukes. Annihilate, and that's the number of times I did it, maybe. Annihilation, destroy an entire enemy squadron and approach flight without nukes. Chef's kiss, survive a full day without taking any shield hits. So good, I don't think I took any damage there. And discipline, manage a full day without pressing the big red button. I don't really know what the big red button was. Select an upgrade. So shield or research or citizen proposal. So I like the way that they're being separated for me. The glow on this is could be dialed down a little bit just to make it a little easier to like read the text. All of the enemies and the UI and stuff having all that is cool. Text, I would want it dialed back a bit. That might be in the settings. I'll look. City shield automatically regenerates when offline and recharges when online. Arc flail. City shield automatically discharges violent bolts of energy at stray enemies and debris approaching the shield. 1 second reload. That seems so useful. Construct a nuclear weapons research and development facility and immediately begin production of one full-size missile every 2 days. Wow, that's so the nukes take a while to build up to. You get to unlock a bunch of stuff by having the lab? That's crazy. And attempt communication with the citizens. Fund studies into better understanding the motivations of the invading alien machine. Evaluate plans. You can re-roll upgrades. Well, I'm going to start with the arc flail, because that seems incredibly useful to like passively benefit me. Oh, I already have nukes. So you do start with some nukes. Oh, do you know what? Now would be a great time to look at display options. So that's darkness, detail. Okay, you can totally trim things back. We'll stick with the medium, and you can reduce the strobing. I'll keep it on default strobing, I guess. The main thing I would want is the ability to adjust text. I feel like if it stayed how it was in like every other instance and just made sure the text was a little bit more legible. Oh god, I feel like I have some sort of a incorrect expectation of being able to really quickly snap over to shooting what's incoming, but like I think in an effective way, in a way that I'm not arguing against. There's like a delay to your cannon rotating that I'm like not accounting for, but is important. I'm not going to read all these every time. I think they're interesting. I like that the explanation is there. Status. Okay, so you can totally check where everything has left off. And you can see what you've previously invested in. Both of those are super appreciated. Extended mag rail. Increased turret projectile velocity by 40% and greater impact damage. Blackout protocol. On shield failure, create a short burst of extreme firepower by draining energy from all luxury homes. The interaction with the city and the population, the utopia, is so cool. I like that thematically, the way it's being layered into this. You have your cannon, you have your shield, but the city and its people matter as well. That's cool. I like that. The Plasma Physics Lab. Allocate resources to ion plasma research and advanced energy field applications. Extended flail, rapid flail. Priority charging, more citizen proposals, rapid regen for the shield. Requires regenerative shield, so I don't have that yet. I was mostly wondering, how do I upgrade my main cannon? So I'm not going to worry about any of that yet, I don't think. Let's do the mag rail. Oh, right, I get 2 this round. Stockpile nukes, immediately purchase 3 nukes, regenerative shield, and throw a party. Celebrate the fall of humanity with a lavish concert and fireworks display. Allows you to reroll upgrades. So it was just an alternate way of achieving that. Well, the regenerative shield feels useful, even though I barely could say it correctly. And there were other opportunities for that to like layer into things, so I feel like that one will be paying off long term. It's an immediate appeal and the longer term appeal, so I feel like that was a good purchase. I'm hoping it comes together the way I'm imagining. Oh, geez, don't come at me quite so hot there, guys. Holy spicy. Okay, the shield took damage, and it's very visibly regenerating. I think they're opting for like the UI approach of, if it's not currently relevant, don't show it, so that you don't see the percent shield except for when it's changing. And I think so far, just based on like what I'm seeing, that works for me. Increase fire rate. That's like the sort of stuff I want. Absolutely. Calm gas. Improve the mental health of survivors by releasing intoxicating gas into the air. It also just gives you reroll. Well, I'm going to keep investing in the gun itself. The way that stuff is color-coded, gun upgrades are green, the shield is blue. They're being really consistent with that. I have to imagine years spent supporting Nova Drift through early access, and like it's the massive success that game has had, that some very important lessons were learned about like where polish is needed, where accessibility is needed, what sort of things players expect. I was a little surprised this launched without controller support, but it's like #1 on their roadmap. Just because that is such a common thing players look for these days. So I did manage to achieve an upgrade. I don't think I was doing my best work there. On shield failure, create a burst. So here is, I think, when I'm willing to take on the add rerolls, since I have 2 upgrades at this time anyways. And since I've already done that now, what is the televised debate? It would also add reroll upgrades? I'm a little confused by that. Attempt communication. Or did I just re-roll? I might have just re-rolled. I don't think I meant to. Fund research. What do I want to do here? To ion plasma research. Oh yeah, that added the extra flail, and that's where the charging and everything comes into play. So I'll fund the research. Now I get to choose what I want to upgrade from within that. Rapid regeneration, rapid arc flail. They charge faster, and shield bolts are in a chain between 3 approximate enemies. Less damage per. That sounds great though. And the escape pod. I don't understand that. I don't understand why every citizen proposal is re-rolling, or if it's like, I'm confused by that one. I'm not quite intuiting what it's trying to show me there. Mostly I assume the devs will watch this video, and so hopefully if I explain a point of confusion where I'm not quite connecting the dots without any real understanding of what my issue actually is, whether it's like a me issue or a game issue. I trust Pixel Jam. They've been around for a long time. They got some great games. I trust that they'll make that polish through early access. The just random asteroids are more of a threat than I expected them to be, honestly. That didn't seem like a very threatening wave. I don't want to speak too soon. Better reload time, faster, more bullets. Yeah, I want that sort of non-stop bullet spray. Although I suppose I should try and exercise a little bit more caution than I'm currently putting forward, because right now I'm kind of just leaving it in the hands of the gun to do the hard work. I think, oh, there's one left. I think I got the full blue guy though. I'm trying to break apart the full, like, everything, even when they're not going to hit the city, as much as I can, because that's where you get the most points. Oh god. Okay. Focus on survival. abandon points. I let everything get a little too close to me there. It's not a very... Oh, the way the shield represents how much shield is left, I really appreciate. The half circle is like decaying from the middle outward. I feel like that looks good, and it is very intuitive just looking at it. Shield is at 73%. That's a really useful place to share that. If I go visit this... okay, so these are just... Okay, interesting. Escape pod contest. These are all just funny, too. So, increase flail range by 80%. Let's try that. Look at that. It's like as wide as the full-on shield now, which is, I think, kind of dope. I feel like that'll be very, very helpful. And then, as long as I can just keep everything away from me, then the shield recharge at its current rate should be fine. Oh my gosh. What are you crazy enemies spawning in right next to me like that? They're warping all of a sudden. The effect for it was cool, though. Pixel Jam is so interesting with their artistic approach. Like, they're most famous for Dino Run, which is like pixel art, but it's really detailed and it's like really gorgeous. I love the art of Dino Run. But then they have things like Cheap Golf, where it's like even more minimalist than this. But I'm really vibing with the pocket of arcade neon minimal that they've got going on here, but with like a ton of juice. Like, taking it that extra mile. Like, even just the way the ships kind of, like, blow up with little particle effects, or those little circular bursts that were happening, all that stuff looks great. Bam! 2 upgrades at once there. That's... The build is coming together here. Emergency nukes. What is going on here? Invoke Operation Hermit. Now or never. Decommission all nuclear weapons. Divert resources to extreme defense capabilities. 10% shield damage resistance. 50 instant charge. Gun turret limited to single barrel. I'm confused. Is that these all permanent upgrades that I'm receiving? Or would be receiving or building towards? Or Institute of Automation, establish facilities to support the autonomous construction and maintenance of defensive machinery. So those would add additional like turrets that are auto firing on their own, I assume. Live underground. I don't understand. I think I just re-rolled it, but I don't understand. All right, I re-rolled everything, didn't I? The citizen proposal, the re-roll system, I like don't understand it. Upgrade rotational motors to arrive at the desired gun turret angle more quickly. Yep. I wish I would have done the decommissioned nuke thing. It was clearly like a rare special thing, but like, why did clicking that re-roll everything when this is the re-roll? But I don't understand. I guess that's just citizen proposals are always re-rolls, but that, like, yeah. So I don't like how that's set up. It's not intuitive. 33% of the projectiles will explosively rebound off enemies. Let's just make our bullets as insane as we can. Let's see. Rapid degen, 40% improved shield regen. Yeah, I can shoot a lot more and I can recharge better. Shoot more and move better. I think those are quality upgrades to have invested in. I'm feeling good about it. And it's becoming increasingly apparent to me how much this game is favoring like cool over-the-top busted builds. I'm all about that, especially in a game like this. Those little circulars, like vaporwave like explosions are the thing I was trying to point to earlier that I think just look really good in this minimal setting. Not even close to clearing all those blues out, but I'm feeling pretty good. Is it just things that... I think it's just that interior shield that I'm protecting. So now I don't know entirely the difference between the outer blue circle and then the purple one is my flail. The outer blue one might just be a way of representing shield health. I'm not entirely sure, because I think that interior one is what I'm actually protecting. Twin shot. Fire double rounds per shot. Finally. That other thing that I missed out on said it would have permanently limited you to single shots. So as interested as I was in that, as cool as I think that would have been, I do think on my first run at the very least, focusing on things like having crazy double shots and chained interactions like that will be huge. I'm getting attacked on the ground here. That's cool, actually. I wasn't anticipating that at all. And it really forces your turret to like go to those extremes that you otherwise kind of have to ignore. Which, just like the distance you have to travel there, having a slow moving turret arm and everything, like that's so cool, actually. I think that's smart. Advanced Materials Lab. Allocate resources to materials at quantum scale. Superconducting mag rail, superconducting flail, high frequency laser. That stuff sounds exciting. Shield reflex seems neat. I'm gonna start my next little research thing though, I think. Get some of those interesting extras. Oh, is that little star at the end like hey, congrats, you took out this entire chain? I think that's what that was like showing me. Now I'm not gonna have another opportunity because one of each little thing I feel like keeps making a getaway on me. There, I got a little thumbs up on that one. So those must go along with the things you're seeing at the end, where it's like I already forget how all of them are referred to, but the points that it's showing you at the end, and hey, you achieved 8 perfects and whatever. I think those little on-screen emojis effectively are showing that. So all of those. Superconducting mag rail. Turret projectile velocity and impact damage. Rapid arc flail. They charge 50% faster. And repel enemies. Let's try the better repel. I feel like as things close in on me, or like as it just gets more and more kind of overwhelming, then having the ability to push things away from me will be important. Those like rocket boosted little ships that fire straight at you like that. I don't even know if my little special flail defender thing is doing anything about those. Oh, that was the nuke. I've been wondering the whole time how to use the nuke. I think I just did it. Does it... Am I on some sort of cooldown? Why did that happen? I don't understand how that worked. I'm still alive? How do I start shooting again? I don't understand what just happened. My first instinct was to use space to shoot the nuke, and I don't think anything happened. I clicked, and it takes you offline, so I tried to click again to start shooting again, and all I did was deploy all my nukes. That was really too bad. That was not how I wanted to see a run end. Upgrade history and everything like that, that's interesting. I was getting in the swing of things. I thought my build was pretty strong. I think the game is exciting, and I would recommend it, especially since it's so early days. Like, this is the debut of this game, and it's already exciting and clearly has so much to offer. But I think there was a couple points of just clarity that would help with just the onboarding and getting familiar with the game a little bit more quickly. Hopefully those sticky points are apparent for the team watching this, and I'll happily come back to it as things take shape further down the line. But yeah, unfortunately, that was kind of a disappointing, confusing end to things, and it kind of leaves me in a place where it's like, well, I was really enjoying that. I don't want to start another run fresh right this moment, but I'll happily come back to it someday. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon.